Hi, what's up everybody? Welcome to Alt Tab with Michael. Today I'm actually going to be streaming on YouTube, so I've actually pivoted away from Twitch just because the discoverability for a new streamer is actually incredibly hard on Twitch. So I'm going to be trying out YouTube. In all honesty, I kind of like the platform. I'm sort of, I guess, of the older generation when YouTube was sort of a new thing when I was a teenager, so I still prefer the platform anyway, so I'm going to give it a go. Essentially what I'm going to be streaming today is a server called Turtle WoW, which is actually based on the classic WoW client. However, it's been designed more as a classic plus type server, so they have additional features, additional quests, additional dungeons, raids, some slight class differences. Some of the racials are slightly changed, and even some of the art assets, things like the colours for skins on trolls, night elves, and there's also hair colour differences as well. So basically they've expanded on classic and basically brought it right into the modern age, of implementing some really cool features. For me, it's kind of new, so I do have a character at level 35 already, but I've never experienced any of the end game, so for me it's pretty much going to be a new playthrough, and I'm sure you'll enjoy watching us fail at it really badly. But essentially what I'm going to be doing is doing some of the challenge modes. I'm actually going to show you these right now, just so you can have a little bit of a look with us. Or in fact, just before I do that, let me quickly show you the website. So if you can see here on the Total War website, you've got the option of signing up, which you'll want to do if you want to start playing, and then you can download the client here. If you have any kind of additional issues, then I do recommend you join the Discord. Just as an FYI, they do have a shop, but it's very limited to like cosmetics. There's nothing particularly that would affect your gameplay. So they've tried to keep it as low key as possible, which I think it's nice, especially because it means they can still get funding for all the development they're doing, but it's not going to hamper your gameplay. So, like I say, that's the website turtle-wow.org. But let's get started in the game. So let's just swap the window over quickly. And I'll give you a quick tour of the races. So as you can see already, you've got two new races. So you've got the Goblin, which kind of looks funky with that mustache there. And you've also got the High Elves as well, which I'm going to be honest, I mean, these are probably one of the most requested races originally from the start of WoW that I can even remember. I know people used to always talk about it on the forums. So yeah, you've got the option of the High Elves. Just a quick browse here. You've got the racials, so they've got bow, weapon skill increased, increased agility, so that's flat agility, that's kind of megapog, enchanting skill increased, and you can also meditate, restoring vital resources. So again, you've got some really, really cool racials there. They do actually seem quite powerful, especially if you play hunter or rogue. As well as that, you've also got the goblin, so you've got mining skill increased, jewel crafting skill increased, so they've kind of pigeonholed them, I guess, into taking that new profession. Skill with daggers and mazes increased. I think that's kind of cool if you want to play a rogue. Gives a little bit of flavour there. And you've also got an increase on the movement speed for short duration. In terms of like the existing races, so as an example, orcs do in the original classic they had an actual flat stun resist percent, which was 25% I believe. But in Turtle WoW you've actually got a stun effect duration which is 15%. So it means that they're still desirable, but they're not going to be like the go-to for PvP. It means that there's a lot more options, which I think is actually quite a good change there. You've also got a couple of other changes for the races. So as an example, I mean already you can see there's extra hair colours here. But for example, on Night Elves you've got attack and casting speed, movement speed and dodge chance increase. So they've been buffed quite considerably, which is nice. Um, you've also got flat intelligence increase. So I believe in Classic this is just mana pool. Correct us if I'm wrong. You've also got the dwarves. I don't think anything's changed there. Human actually gets a stealth detection and crit chance increase, so that's been slightly enhanced. And you can also generate mana in combat, so they're going to be quite powerful, I guess, for healing. Just because having mana in combat is kind of hard to get, I guess, in Classic. I think, especially with priests, from what I remember, they have to take it through talent. So I'll not go through everything completely. Essentially, what I'm going to be doing today, though, is playing a rogue. So let's get this all set up now. And I'm going to show you some of the challenges because I think we're going to opt into a couple of these. This will make the The experience harder, of course, um, but also a little bit more engaging, which I'm kind of up for. So let's get the hair color here. So I'm gonna go for purple. I want the kind of exposed bony face. Looks more evil. I'm going for that sort of Skeletor look, I guess. Okay. So let's just be called Alt-Tab Michael, or not, Alt-Tab Mikey. So, in fact, I'll show you the racials on the undead. So you've got may become immune to fear, sleep and charm, that's normal. May consume corpses to regain health, that's also the same. Underwater breathing, that's the same. So what they've updated here is damage increase versus humanoids and undead. Now, that to me is really powerful considering most of the mobs and the players that you'd probably be killing. So I am going to roll on a PvP server, are classed as humanoids, and also there's a lot of undead mobs as well. So kind of excited for that because I will be doing a lot of PvP. I'll also be looking at a lot of the end game content and doing some of the dungeons throughout the level experience. So let's check out some of the challenges here. So we've got hardcore. Now, my only issue is this is a PvP server, so I'm kind of worried about getting stream sniped. So I'm probably going to leave that off for now. Let me just quickly check some of the others. So you got slow and steady, gaining 50% fewer experience points from defeating enemies, and you also lose 5% of accumulated experience from current level upon being defeated by enemies. So to me, I feel like this is going to elongate the experience, which is good. It's going to mean we'll get to try some of the new content, the additional quests, the additional dungeons. I'm cool with that. Can't do war mode, obviously, because I'm already on a PvP realm. Vagrant Endeavour, so if I opt in for this, I can only use poor and common quality equipment. Enchanting items are not allowed. I'm not going to opt into this. I may do it on a second character. Traveling Craftsmaster, so you can equip only what you craft. True power comes from your own hands. I'm not a fan of that. Level 1 Lunatic, I don't really know what this is. During this challenge, you'll earn exclusive titles while staying at level 1. So if for some reason you are a lunatic, as it says, then you can stay at level 1 with that. Boring adventure. In this challenge, leveling up is a real pig deal. Experience comes exclusively from slaying boars, so as novel as that sounds, it takes away from sort of the fresh experience of the game for me. I do want to see all of that content as I'm leveling up. And then I've got exhaustion, so no longer gaining rested experience, but your weapon skill gain will be doubled. Now, this might not sound like a lot, but actually in Total WoW, it's really impactful. So in Total WoW, you can actually drop tents anywhere in the world, and this will give you super accelerated rested experience where you can basically get the full rested experience cap, which I think is about a level and a half or 2 levels worth of experience in about 15 minutes if you sit under the tent. So we're going to opt into this because it just trivializes the game otherwise. So I think we're looking at slow and steady, exhaustion, and that'll really allow us to flesh out the game there. So let's take these on and let's get loaded in. So as you can see, I've already got my level 35. It's the only character I have. Let's just reconnect there as well. Probably just because I've been talking to you guys a little while. So as you can see, no other characters on the other realm. It's literally just my level 35 and this fresh rogue. So I've barely seen any of the content. So for me, it's going to be quite fresh as well. The reason why I want to go horde as well is because pretty much everybody I know always seems to roll alliance. And again, it's not really fun when you always play the sort of favoured faction. I kind of want that challenge. I want people to chase us and come after us. You know, it's going to be fun. So yeah, let's go for this. In terms of add-ons, I will do another video on this another day. But essentially, the launcher. So Total WoW has their own launcher. You can actually get basically all of the add-ons that you need. So Atlas Loot, which is specifically designed for Total WoW, better character stats, enhanced macros. You get the Dragonflight UI, which is really, really good because it's just a lot better. You've got a questy kind of add-on, but it's specifically designed for Total WoW. Then you've got things like bigwigs for the fights and a DPS meter. That's kind of all I need. So let's boot up into this and let's get started with the experience. If you have any questions or if you want to chat with us, feel free to. Technically, I'm only using one screen, but I do have an overlay so I can see the chat in game, which kind of makes things a little bit more engaging for me and for you guys because it means I can chat with you a little bit. So yeah, let's go for it. I'm going to take a breather after all of that talking. I can easily go on a bit of a tangent. I think I've got ADHD. It's not diagnosed, but I'm almost sure I have it. The only reason why I say that is because I do tend to flick through hobbies, different hobbies in life, from like woodworking to sketching to playing guitar, and I usually do them for like days and days and days, really hardcore, and then I get burned out. So yeah, pretty sure that's ADHD. The load time initially usually takes a few minutes, so we'll just wait for that to load in.
Bound to
There
the
we
eye.
are. Okay. So yeah, once we're in, it should be smooth. So this is the quest add-on. It's basically just asking if I just want markers or spawn points, or if I want combined. So yeah, definitely want combined there. I have my DPS window here. That's the quest. And I'm just going to adjust the UI slightly. Okay, that's looking good. So interface. So yeah, I have to access the Dragonflight options through the actual TDF add-on. So it's worth bearing that in mind. So we'll hide the griffins. Let's see if that works. A little bit laggy. Yes, that's worked, so that's fine. So we know it's working. Automatically dismounts whenever a spell is cast. Sometimes that comes in handy. I guess it's okay in Classic because you don't get dismounted from flight. Don't need that. Darker colours. Don't think I need that. Kind of like seeing the bags. Hide errors. Yeah, we want bag search on. Tool tips are always good. Vendor values, yeah. Always show detailed XP. Auto track rep. Hide XP outdoors. Nope. I think for now that should be okay. I don't see the action bars in here, but we'll see if we can get them through just the standard interface. So, right action bar, bottom action bar. So to me, that is not super clear in terms of how we go about getting the action bars on. I guess for now we can work with this, and I guess we'll see how it goes. I do typically like using Bartender, so it's a bit strange that they don't have the option of Bartender actually within the Total WoW launcher, but I presume it does work anyway. And I'm sure there'll be websites to get it as well. So let's go for this for now anyway. We will quickly update that, so we need instant quest text. I'll quickly find that. Let's get all of this turned on. Party chat bubbles, yes. Guild member alert, yes. Just in case we join any guilds. Rough durations, yes. Auto self-cast. Status bar text, yep. Don't like these. Show name, yep. Never. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we're looking good, looking good, looking good. Right, so that works. Let's just see how this works. So if I change that to 2, okay, yeah, so that's working as I expected it to. What we'll do is we'll quickly change this.
What is it?
Cool. So we've got to go speak to this chap over here. Kind of standard stuff. I will quickly change my auto run button as well. Where is it? Just do it on the up arrow. Wrong one. It's definitely in here somewhere. There we are. Cool. So yeah, I'm playing Rogue. I mean, I could have played something with a little bit more utility, but in all honesty, I kind of want to do a lot of PvP, so just going to stick with doing DPS, and I think Rogue's kind of as good as it gets. Definitely one of the best. Nothing too out of the ordinary at the start in terms of like content or changes, which is good. Keeps it close to classic.
Too far away. Not ready yet.
Definitely going to have to disable those error sounds. So just as a FYI, I will be streaming more than likely on UK times. So I'll be more than likely streaming around about sort of afternoon through to evenings. Not every day. The only reason why I say that is just because I actually have long COVID. So there is some days where I'm like severely, severely fatigued, pretty much bedbound. So it kind of varies. So if you can stick with us for the time, I do expect my recovery to happen over some months or possibly up to a year. I know it can take a little while. So just bear with us. Any support in the meantime is really, really appreciated. I will also leave some details in the description as well, so you can check that out. I also appreciate any likes or follows. That helps me get seen as well and help support us while I'm currently kind of out of work and I guess disabled in a sense with long COVID. We'll turn this down just a tad. It's quite loud. Also, I just want to say that in terms of my background, so I do have some Twitch streams up. I've done about 3 or 4 now since starting live streaming, but the discoverability, like I say, for Twitch is not very good for new streamers. So yeah, I've got a background of a few streams. I used to have a couple of YouTube channels where I did gaming videos, but they weren't very polished. I was quite young back then. It was literally like at the start of YouTube's release or very close to it. Other than that, I've been playing World of Warcraft pretty much since April 2005, so not long after the launch. I think it was about 4 or 5 months after the official launch. Mainly just been PvPing, to be honest. The reason why that is because when I was younger, so when I first started playing, we didn't actually have 2 computers, and I had an older brother. So he used to play this in actually raid at peak time. So I could never really get on when I wanted, but that just meant I had to sort of make do with other things. So a lot of dueling, a lot of dungeons, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm a tenured player, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm kind of open now, I guess, more to sort of new or more experimental features or modes, and this is kind of why I'm really hyped about Turtle WoW. They do actually have a new roadmap on X, which I'll quickly pull up shortly, just because it looks fantastic. More dungeons, more raids, more content. It's going to be fantastic. I am going to quickly open my window just because it's absolutely boiling hot. Gonna have a little sip. Got to stay hydrated. Okay, we have a few more to go. Just wretcheds. Got a quest to pick up in here.
What is it? Victory.
Yeah, so I've got to go to Undercity for that. Get stealth, 10 copper, might as well. I'm just going to quickly check my live stream from my phone just to make sure things are running as expected. Cool. Looking good.
What do you require? Do not seek death.
Okay, so we're going to hand this in. David Trias. Read the encrypted scroll. We don't need to do that. So yeah, what I will say, as well as like new dungeons and quests, you've also got like expanded dungeons. So things like Dead Mines, they have like expanded wings and extra bosses. It's honestly super cool. Total WoW. It's definitely one of the best private servers I've ever played on in terms of having like custom content, fresh content, and you know, if you really want that classic plus before Blizzard do it, which I presume they probably will at some point in the future, then yeah, this is definitely the place to be. I also have, excuse me, I also have a part one of Hardcore WoW that I was playing. So I've done a level 1 to 10 on that, which I streamed on Twitch the other day. The only reason why I've come back to Total WoW is just because of the roadmap. It looks really, really good. There's a lot of new content upcoming, and I think that Twitch are a little bit more strict with sort of their streaming policies around this type of server. So for me, it's just kind of a win-win. I get more viewership or slightly more discoverability, but also it allows me to kind of play what I really want to play. Which is custom content, experimental content. Does that mean I'm against Blizzard? No, absolutely not. I absolutely love Blizzard, and they've created, you know, this game itself, which allows communities to actually expand upon that. But for me, just with us being such a long-term player, it's just amazing, you know, to be able to kind of play it from a fresh perspective. Okay, getting there. I mean, the leveling doesn't seem too bad. This seems about as fast as it usually is in Classic, so maybe they have a faster experience set up in this mode. Cool. Two more of the dustbat wings. Okay, let's get those last duskbats. One more. Cool. So we'll get some skeletons now, get 12 of these guys, and then we are pretty much cooking. Never too late to get some thrown weapon skills up. I've always kind of wondered what that's meant to be around the hands when they do eviscerate. It's a bit of an unusual graphic. So it's going to be a bit of a paced experience, but like I say, I'm kind of in it for the long haul. I think that's the great thing about Turtle WoW is that it really allows you to get invested in the character that you're playing because it doesn't trivialize the content. So I was actually playing another private server called Ascension WoW. I believe that's the only other proper custom private server with custom content. And don't get us wrong, it's great, especially if you like quick fire modes, really high experimentation. So you've got a lot of theory crafting because they have like class lists. I'll not go into it too much, but you can essentially pair your own talents with your own skills, so you can essentially make a character from scratch. Um, but the only trouble is a lot of it's very fast paced. It's easy to re-roll. You don't really get attached to your character. It doesn't feel as communal, perhaps, as Turtle WoW. Whereas Turtle WoW is like really a home you can make for yourself. So yeah, if you're looking for something more serious, looking for more of an invested experience, then definitely Total WoW is the place to be. Or that's the vibe I get anyway. Like I say, I've only leveled to 35, but yeah, certainly seems the pacing's a lot better. But yeah, just on a side note, with us having long COVID, feel free to let us know if you guys have ever had experiences with long COVID or even just COVID in general. I'm kind of curious. Probably will do some short form videos on that, just as a little bit of a side thing on the channel, just so I can engage with people, with my progress and also where they are in terms of their journey with long COVID, just because it is quite a scary thing. That's level 3. Okay, that did feel like it took a little longer than Classic would to get to level 3. But that's okay, we're in no rush. Yeah, that's those two. Okay, let's hand these in. Nice little belt. And we'll get a chest as well.
What is it?
Okay, this is a new quest, I believe. So it's well within sort of the scope of what you'd expect in Classic. So they're definitely not making things easy or trivializing things, but they're making relevant content and relevant quests. So that's another thing you'll really love about Total WoW.
Goodbye.
They kind of give you quests at the right moments. what we do is we'll vendor some of this stuff, we'll get this equipped. Yeah, and then we'll go do the spiders first, I think. So probably be playing for a couple of hours today, so not too long. Just because quite late and just with my COVID situation, I do sort of need to do things like meditation and winding down before bed. I know it sounds really strange, but there's a big connection to like the nervous system. So just trying to stay de-stressed, really pacing myself is kind of one of the key things to recovery. Just gonna move the chat slightly. Oh, that's okay. Cool. Just don't want to obscure anything on the video. So yeah, going from recording videos to streaming, the dynamic's a little bit different. You have to use broadcast software like OBS, and I know there's some paid for services like Streamlabs, but they do charge you monthly, whereas OBS I believe is an open source program. So it requires a little bit more getting used to. It's not quite as polished in terms of the user experience, but the power of it is much greater than using something like Streamlabs. So really, if you're serious about streaming and want to get into it better, I would always just recommend OBS. Something about the classic experience which is just super, super chill. It's really nice. It's actually one thing I forgot to do is just turn up all the video details. I may need to relog for some of these. Should be okay. Yeah, don't need that in fact. Don't need vertical sync. Okay, we can max this as well. So I'm actually using a 5080. I was one of the insane people who bothered to spend the money to actually get one. So refresh rate, we can go to 180 Hertz. Yeah. So I am going to quickly relog, and just while I do that, I will swap the screens over to Firefox. Okay. Just double check all of those settings are working okay. And yeah, looking buttery smooth, so let me just quickly bring that back up. Great. I mean, it doesn't look much different, but the refresh rate is nice to have, especially on my end. It's going to be capped, I believe, in the videos to 60 FPS, but yeah, it's kind of nice. Oh, getting some lag, which I kind of expect in private servers. I mean, they've got a lot better since, you know, even 10 years ago. A lot of the private servers were just completely cooked, or very amateur, I guess. It's probably the best way to put it. So, although I'm not doing hardcore, just because we are on a PvP realm, I am going to try and not die at all throughout this experience. That may be hard once I get to contested zones, but yeah, that's always my goal. Just going to quickly take my jumper off just because it's absolutely sweating. Let's get that window open again. Less noise now. Cool, much better. Let's just double check all of that. Just going to tilt this up slightly. Cool, that should be okay. Yeah, that's the only thing about having a 5080 is that it kicks out a ton of heat out the back of the computer and it just absolutely fumigates the room. So I feel like based on how quick I'm leveling at the moment, I may need to even grind some levels at some point, just because I think I'm quite behind where I'd usually be at this point. I think. Okay, so that's that done. So go hand that in and then we can do some of the other surrounding quests. In fact, I forgot about that. Yeah, the scavenge goods. So maybe I'm not too far behind where I'm supposed to be. Should be some in, yeah. Probably worth getting these on the bar. Keybinds. So I believe that's bottom left action bar. Yep, cool. And we'll do thrown weapon as T. Okay. Okay, is the one in here? Did I miss it? Yeah. Okay, just need one more. Boom. So let's hand these in. Or do I just go for these guys? Yeah, probably just do that. Since there's technically two quests here and one of them's the new one. Pull some guys on the way there. Okay, so I think I have to kill all of these because they've got the extra quest, whereas it's usually just one of the dudes. Okay. Yeah, these guys are taking a beating now. So I think what I'll be doing as well is taking professions pretty much from the start, just because it's going to take us a lot longer to level anyway, so I might as well just flesh that experience out as much as possible, really make it immersive. And I think, I'm expecting some custom content with the professions. Can't say that for certain, but I'm almost sure they have added additional content in for professions. Okay, just going to do a bit of shameless self-promotion here in chat. In fact, let me just quickly ask if I can actually promote in chat, because I don't want to start by getting banned. That's definitely not on my list of things. Okay, just submit the ticket to actually directly ask the GMs. Probably going to be the best people to ask. I'm sure YouTube will do its due diligence in terms of actually allowing us to be found. In terms of viewership, I have heard it's a much better experience, so I'm hoping I just get viewers anyway, but it doesn't hurt to have some external methods. I don't know why I'm farming these guys, I don't need them yet. I guess it helps for extra experience anyway. Let's just quickly hand these quests in. Okay. Let's get some nice legs. And I got a ding off that, which is nice. Oh, another quest. Mother of the Hollow. Okay, investigate Night Web Hollow. Ah, okay. So yeah, that's definitely a new quest as well. So again, it's you know it's kind of nice to have that. Maybe it is kind of a good thing really to reduce the level experience on, especially on a first playthrough. Okay, I've got to plant this in the graveyard. Yeah. Big rats to Never Lucky.
Hello.
We definitely get the bag.
Dark lady, watch
Okay,
over me.
so I need a rogue trainer, and I need a vendor first, in fact.
And you,
Cool. Okay, let's go see that rogue trainer. Yeah, backstab is nice. Don't need pickpocket right now, so we will save the money. Guess we'll go kill the Nightweb matriarch. So as you see, this quest add-on's coming in handy. It actually shows Turtle WoW quests. Also, I totally didn't notice this looking at the map, but yeah, I guess I've opened up this new area, so kind of hoping we'll see some additional quests and content as well. You'll also be happy to know that the High Elves, I believe, have their own custom zone and it's not instant stuff like in retail, so again, another massive, really cool change from the Total WoW team. I'm just curious if it's actually in here. I think it is. Okay, let me... In fact, let's just kill him. Why not? But I need to bind that in a second. Nice. Okay, so let's get that bound. Stealth, and we will keybinds bottom right. It should be. Yeah, we'll put it on middle mouse button. I like that. He's probably going to see us. Yeah. And get him from the side. So yeah, the challenges aren't just for show really. You actually do get some rewards, I believe, once you've completed them. So it's kind of worth doing them anyway, especially on a first playthrough, or at least for the ones that you want to do. Not sure what they give either, so it's kind of exciting. I guess what I could do is just put stealth skills along the top. I don't know if it's necessary, but yeah, why not? Let's do that. In fact, so oh no, we'll leave it for now. I'm just kind of used to doing that from retail, but I don't think we'll particularly need to do that. Just saying thanks to that guy. I can't whisper him because of my level. What? That's unfortunate. I want to say thank you. No way you can dodge from behind. No way. Okay, got that guy coming up behind. Need those talents to give us super speedy stealth. There's the matriarch right at the back. Plenty of experience though for grinding these, which is nice. That goes towards that reduction in XP that I've opted in for. Backstab this guy. Oh, pulled a second one. Don't think there's really a way to do this without pulling both of them, so I will just try to get this big guy down as fast as possible. Oh, come on. Gonna go for a 5-point eviscerate if we can. Okay. Get this guy down. Cool. So that's that done. I don't think that leads anywhere. I think I actually have to go around this way if I want to get in there. Okay, so we'll get a 2% damage buff on humanoids and undeads. That's actually... Oh, it doesn't affect player targets. Okay, that's kind of unfortunate, but it's still not too big of a loss. We've still got Will of the Forsaken, which is a great PvP talent. But yeah, kind of unfortunate. I feel like they could have just probably maybe put a 0.5% increase in, perhaps, but it is what it is. I suppose a flat damage increase would probably be quite strong. Still, 2% though is great against humanoids, which will be helpful for the quest round here against the Scarlet guys and some of the undead quests up here. Could probably just hearth and go there. It's probably the most efficient way to do it. Puts us back in the basement though, that's kind of annoying. Let's not do that in fact. I will actually just quickly move these. Can't move this. There is a way to do it, I'll have to figure it out later. Let's just move this back here because it looks weird. Yeah. Just turn the sound off until we hit sort of dungeon content and some more unique places. Just so you can enjoy the chill of the lo-fi music. Mainly so I can, but so you guys can as well if you want to. I'm not sure if that'll be in the post footage recording. I know on Twitch the way I've set it up, it doesn't show up on the post footage, but you hear it when I'm streaming. I might need to change that in my next video. Okay, did I have any shoes? I don't think I do, so we'll take these. Okay. Okay, did I have a belt? Yes, I did. Right, so it's level 5. Yeah, let's get this guy. Big crits on the backstab. That's what we like to see. Let's get the mages though. More health, but probably less armor. Kind of sketch though if we pull the second one, just because the fireballs do an absolute metric ton of damage. Okay, not as much as I thought. Okay, first armband. I'll go for this guy. Prob safer. I always forget about the stealth cooldown in classic. Boom, big crit. Let's do some throwing. Cool. Let's get this guy. Need that shadow step. And that kick. He's gonna see me, isn't he? Nope. Just need to quickly check one thing. Let's have a look. Cool, all looking good. Yeah, just with my first stream, just want to make sure everything's bang on. And everything does look pretty much as good as it's going to get. I think what I might do though, for the next stream is maybe just add some overlays for like where it literally advertises like and follow. Nothing too insane, but maybe just a small transparent image so I can paste it in. Obviously, if you're watching or listening, then please like and follow, of course. But yeah, maybe something like a call to action would be useful to have. See, I'm giving you tips for your own streams. Not that I can speak with my 0 subscribers, but but technically it's good theoretical knowledge to have. So we'll hand these in, and then I think we're pretty much done in this part of the area, and then I think we'll be moving on, and hopefully should see some of the quests that lead to here. Then maybe we can start doing dungeons. We'll get to Silver Pine, do some Shadowfang Keep, that would be cool. Hopefully get some big loots. Okay, Maven, forgot about him. Yes, we'll go to Maven, and then I think we should be able to leave. So yeah, I think this is about where I would finish at this level in Classic, although we technically have had 2 extra quests so far. So maybe it's just slightly worse. Oh yeah, you can do Undead Hunter, I forgot about that. I think that's one of the only new race class combos as well. What's the best way to do this? Do we just kill this guy? Probably. Or maybe get the mage. No, we'll go for this guy. That miss was not good. So I think what I'm going to do is literally just go for a big eviscerate, 4 points, and then just run. This guy, yeah, he's got max mana pretty much. So yeah, let's run. Yeah, it should be okay. All good. Just in case you were wondering, my name is actually Michael, so in case the YouTube name didn't give it away, but yeah, my name's Michael. I am from the northeast of England, as you might be able to tell, a YI man. So yeah, hopefully you stick around for more future content, hopefully more polished future content. I prefer live streaming because I've always been a sort of intuitive person in general. So I'm more of a reactive person. I like to react to situations. I like to do things on the fly. I could technically do like pre-recorded, or not pre-recorded, but like teleprompted stuff for YouTube videos, but I feel like it kind of takes away from the personality a little bit of the videos. Or maybe I could just become a better public speaker in general, but I'm too lazy to do that, I think. Nah, not really. I think just doing videos like this in general does make you a better speaker. It gives you time to think and pause and not worry about going and addressing the audience. I think a lot of people worry about that. Myself as well when I was younger. I also spent a lot of time working on phones as well, so for actual jobs in call centers and things, which has really helped, especially to keep things conversational and engaging. I think one of the hardest things to get used to for me has just been self-talking in these like first videos that I've been streaming, just because I'm not particularly getting like consistent viewers, or people who do come in pretty much drop out straight away. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Okay, these guys are doing RFC. That's a shame. I would have done that if I was high enough level. Okay, pumpkins from the farm. I don't see. Oh, there's Gordo. Maybe we can just snipe him quickly, get the quest. It's kind of convenient that he's all the way up here. Not sure what profession to go with. Maybe I'll just go leatherworking. I don't usually pick it. I usually pick it like alchemy or enchanting, but I feel like they're a bit of a cop out. They sort of take away a lot of engagement from the world. Wow, they're kind of expensive. Uh, yeah, we'll just kill them. Just trying to think if I can actually feel that 2% damage increase. I mean, I guess not, just with the numbers being this low at this level. Still though, that's equivalent to like, what, 2% crit? It's essentially like a flat damage increase as far as I remember. It's kind of nice. These guys are whooping my ass. Yeah, I might need to run here. Or do I just go for the big abyss? That didn't do as much as I thought. Yeah, time to run. Don't daze, don't daze, don't daze. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. Let's see if I can kite. Ah, damn it. Why is this guy so mad? I wasn't even attacking that guy. Okay, let's sit and eat. Kind of annoying that there's two stacked up there, so I believe we'll just go for this guy. Has he got his top off? Oh no, he's wearing a vest. Just as an FYI, I believe there should be a tiny bit of delay on the stream, so if for some reason you guys messages and I don't say anything, it's because I think there's a little bit of a delay. Right, so get rid of these. We get these pumpkin seeds. That doesn't sound right. Don't need the water. Yeah. Can be planned in simple wooden planter. Okay. So maybe that's some sort of additional content. Yeah, it's definitely slow the leveling now. I can tell that 50% challenge mode makes it much, much tougher. Oh no, don't you come and take my pumpkins, mister. Man, those pumpkin seeds are bait. Okay, I see the difference now. They're ripe garden pumpkins, and these are terrace fall pumpkins. Okay. Should have just used my eyes. That probably would have helped. Okay, we'll get one or more of these. And then we can try and look for the gloomweed. Okay, should be some technically starting where it's noted on the map. See if I can avoid pulling. Nope, got that guy. Perhaps get this guy as well, yeah. Okay, yeah, they're not too quick. Give them the old flex. Show them who's boss. Yeah, I need that. Okay, get lost, peasants. Really? He's chased us all this way? Yeah, he's better run. Cool. One more there, and Gordo is technically there. Or do I need a hand in elsewhere? Maybe I need a hand in elsewhere. It's cool. Okay, let's get this last one. Kill this doggo. So really what my thoughts are is that if the leveling with the 50% XP cut in half makes leveling too slow, then I'll probably have to go to other zones in some of the other places or other continent at the same level. So essentially doing like two zones per sort of leveling segment. And that should more than likely get us to 60 at some point. Because I mean, of course I can grind, but you know, if there's fresh quest and you know quests to do in general, then it's a lot more fun doing it like that. So that's more than likely the way I'll approach it. So I think what I'm gonna do as well is just pick up skinning from. I think it's from Undercity. Maybe I can get it from Brill. If not, we'll just go to Undercity because I want to get it early doors, so I'm leveling ASAP. I think possibly you do get experience from skinning and professions in this, or maybe I'm just thinking of Ascension WoW. It's one of them. don't think I got a response from the GM for my ticket to ask whether promotions allowed in this. It just got literally closed, so I presume it's a no then. You know, which is fine. It's up to them, of course. You know, I think if people could promote in game, it'd probably lead to a lot of spam, which is fair enough. Uh, I just wish that maybe if it gives a response so directly, you know, it's cool. If you say no, that's fine. Okay, let's hand this in. And then we're going to do a roundup of the quest and check the professions. Okay, Doomweed, yeah, so we'll do Doomweed after. Wow, that really does drop the experience. So it's not just dropping the experience of the mobs by 50%, it's also dropping the quest and experience by 50%, so it's really going to pace this journey. So I might even have to go to Durotar after this and do some of their beginning quests as well, which is cool. Okay, so those quests rounded up. And I will set my Hearthstone here as well. Linen bandages. Okay, let's do some selling. I think that's an upgrade actually, isn't it? Yep. Okay. Yeah, so I think I did set it, but we'll just redo it again. Okay. Ah, I think I remembered where the skin and trainer is. I think it's all the way up here. I believe it is. Guess what we can do is pick up some of the Dark Hounds on the way. Cool. Just going to leave the chat because I think I'm obscuring most of it, but it looks like it's getting a bit heated. Okay, yeah, so we get the skin in, get the leather working. I think I need a skin and knife, which I believe is back up here somewhere. Guess we'll do these guys later. No, how dare you take my mob. Right, okay, so grab a skin and knife. Actually, I'll quickly check the rogue skills as well. Get a knife. Yeah, we'll wait for bags just because I don't have a lot of money. Grab this as well, it's always worth it. Never remember where the rogue trainer is. Is he in here? Nope. Here we are. Sinister Strike 2, yes. Gouge is always good, yes. Pickpocket. We'll see if we make some money with that actually. That auto rank 2, yeah. Okay. So we get Gouge on G. I always like to have it on G. Maybe we'll have Stealth and Utility along here. So keybinds G. Cool. Huge Claw, okay. Get some of these guys. Yeah, that rank 2 Sinister Strike is hitting pretty hard. Glad they haven't trivialized the drop rates as well. Still feels like classic drop rates, which is good. Stealth detection seems a little bit janky. I'm sure on classic they would have picked us up there, but is what it is. Try a stealth there. That's another thing. I always forget a skin. Need to get in the habit of that. Come on. Okay. Nice. Yeah, definitely feels like that 2% damage is doing a fair bit extra on undeads and humanoids. Okay, so what I'm going to do is gouge and kite this guy out. Wrong target. I literally pressed tab there and it didn't work, so never mind. See if I can kite this guy. See if the other one drops aggro. Yeah, that works. Guess what we can do is cannibalize. Where's the first aid? Ah, here. Put that over here. Okay. Gotta gouge off. Get that energy up. And throws in. No, don't you dare. Man, I'm sick of that guy taking my mobs. That's annoying. Yeah, it's a great thing about rank ups on Rogue in particular is that you're getting more damage for the same energy cost. Whereas with mana users are kind of skills on the mana, so it can get a little bit mana intensive when you first get the spells. On the wrong mobs. Would help if I'm doing the right ones. Okay. So these rotten guys don't drop anything, but Ravage Corpse does. Man, we really need that faster stealth. Kind of curious that there's such a large variation in FPS. Doesn't seem like it's consistent. That's kind of weird. Don't particularly have anything open either. That's so taxing. That's odd. Yeah, these guys don't like to drop the quest item that I need. That's kind of awkward. Maybe it's just the multi-sample. I'm not sure. Never mind. I mean, the FPS is good. It's just the variation. Like I say, it seems to be juddering a little bit. Oh, he took my mob. Man, these guys hit hard. Maybe we do just turn down the multi-sample. I don't think I needed that high. Hmm. Drop rates are giga low. It's definitely got that classic vibe, which is nice. It really paces the game out well. Let's get some of these over here. Okay, two more. That guy's level 8 and that guy's level 5. What the hell? Maybe I just go for it. Yeah, and then gouge and run. Oh, he blocked it. That's not good. one more to go. Boom, there we are, nice. Okay. Get the Scholar Warriors now. Definitely curious sort of see this new area, Whispering Forest, Glenshire, Steep Cliff Port. We'll just run. Okay, so this guy's level 7, so that says to me that I should have been around that level without the challenge mode activated, since he's killing the farmers. Not unless he's just came from up here, but... Okay, big backstab. Defensive stance on the warrior. These guys are going to be tough, I can tell. Let's get some energy. There we are, max energy. Build up some combo points. One more. Oh, no, we'll just go for it. We picked up pickpocket, didn't we? So let's try. What did I get? Anything worthwhile? Not really. Still better than nothing, I suppose. Okay, don't know what that guy's doing. Okay, 40 copper pickpocket. Actually, that's not too bad at this level. We can actually backstab out of stealth as well, can't we? Damn. Okay, not seen that egg there before. Let's see what it is. Hopefully it's some Easter themed super loot. Chocolate Square. Restores health. Heal gain when well fed and gain 2 stamina and spirit. Okay. I mean it's okay I suppose. I've seen things like that before though. 60 copper. Wow, that's actually insane for this level. Got a potion now, that's good. I've got 2 in fact. Okay. Okay. Oh, come on. Might have to use that potion now in fact. Oh, if I can get him down to under 20%. Yeah, we're good. Cool. Guess we're just half back. Because the corpses are like a mile away. Yeah, we'll just do that. Maybe I take Kuchen so I can use this wolf meat. That might be the play. Technically, that skin and knife is better than my dagger, but it's not classed as a dagger, so okay. Claw. Okay. Maybe we just buy 1 bag because I kind of want to start skinning. So yeah, let's just get that. Okay, 1 more quest here. Okay. Let's go get these guys over here, ravage corpses. I can actually pickpocket these guys as well. That's cool. That'll help us make some of the gold back from buying that bag. The copper, nice. Yeah, it's definitely big worth the pickpocketing. I guess that's kind of a good tip for anybody who doesn't have access to any mains and any easy gold. Out of range? Surely not. Okay. Okay, that's that done. So I guess we could just do the Murlocs and the humans. Let me just check something quickly on OBS. There we go. In fact, I think I'll move that slightly. We will put it here. If I can get some pickpockets on the way. 20 copper. Minor healing potion. Damn, this is kind of good. Oh, and you get Troll's blood potions as well. So yeah, pickpocketing seems to be the way. Copper. Cool. Let's use one of them now. $60 copper, that is actually mega insane. Kinda need sap. It matters not though. I should be able to take these two guys. Or guy and gal. Yeah, this is her dead. Almost. Can always pot if necessary. I don't think it is though. Yeah, let's get some energy back. Get some throws in. Cool. Big of this. See if I can pickpocket. Yes, I can. Excellent. Big crit as well. Don't actually need all that FPS, so I think if I do vertical sync, it yeah, so it ties it to the refresh rate. Okay, yeah, so that should stay at 180 now. So that means less heat generated, it's just less waste really, so keep it capped at 180. Ah, let's just pull this one safely. Okay. Sure, there's meant to be a boss up here. Or am I just imagining that? Ah, he's over there. Okay. Yeah, time to run. Might have to pot. We will see. See if I can get some range. Don't see where this guy is. Captain Melrachi. Is that a new quest? I don't even know. Yeah. Practice sword. Ah, it's a two-hander. Okay. Or maybe that's just a quest drop, perhaps. I know sometimes Questy lists them like that. Yeah, it must just be a dropped quest. Ah, yeah, it is here. Loot Scarlet Ring. Okay. Maybe we'll just make a macro for that guy in case he pops up. I've just clicked there from another quest, aren't they? They're not actually from these guys, but the potions are nice to get anyway. The health potions at least, that is. Okay, so that's that new entryway. I presume combat's still the fastest way to level, but I kind of really hate the slow stealth, so if for some reason they've made subtlety slightly better in this game mode, then yeah, could always go for that instead. Yeah, let's take 2. Let's get this guy gouged. Let's pull him over here, get some extra time. Yeah. Pro PvP tactics. Okay. Don't know why I dropped combat so quick. That's weird. And another 50 copper loot. That's kind of insane. Pickpocket. Double check with this captain guy. Is Captain Malrachi. I think maybe he spawns in the tower. Sure, this guy spawns up here. I'm sure of it. The macro just seems to be spamming that. That must be a bug in Total WoW because I seen somebody posting about that earlier. It shouldn't spam that help thing. Yeah, it's not even on the quests anymore. Oh well, I guess we'll skip that. I do remember a lootable quest item. For some reason. Maybe that's in retail. Gonna have to kill this guy before I go to the Murlocs. oracles heal. These guys are close together. Pickpocket him, pickpocket him. Big backstab. Maybe we'll do the same gouge tactic. Yeah, and then we'll run over here, avoiding the oracle. Ah, I pulled him. That's not good. Okay. Maybe we'll pot here. Yeah. That guy's hurting a lot. Okay. Escape out of this alive. No, I don't think we do. Yes, we do. We're good. We're good. Nice big crit. Probably safer to do it in the other area. This quest, yeah, I think we're gonna, because we're gonna end up pulling all these. So I'm gonna end the stream shortly, just because I'm gonna go get some food, and it's getting quite late where I am. But kind of happy with how the first streams went. There hasn't been any particular issues, just a couple of adjustments that I've needed to make and probably will make as well for the next stream. But yeah, if you've watched the stream or if you're watching it in post, if you've enjoyed the content, if you like this kind of long form stuff, then yeah, give us a like and a follow. If you have any suggestions, of course, then I always appreciate suggestions as well, because it helps me make better content for you guys as well. So don't be afraid to let us know. I appreciate that. I'm just gonna have to run from this. Kind of curious, a lot of the mobs are stacked on each other. I can pull them. No, got this guy at least. That's fine. and those guys hurt. And that hurts. Okay, I am going to leave the stream here. So, yeah, I appreciate everybody who's watched today. I will be more than likely streaming at the moment, probably a few times a week. Usually afternoons to evenings, UK, European sort of times. So if you need to adjust for that, then certainly do that. But yeah, please stick with us. The content will get better, especially as I get higher level on this server. A lot of the new dungeons, new raiding content, new quests and stuff will start showing up. So at least it gives you something to watch, which is kind of from a new and fresh perspective. Once I get level 60, there'll be loads of PvP, loads of raids. I will also be testing a couple of sort of curveball games, so things that I don't usually play within kind of the stuff I've usually played, which is like Diablo, WoW, that type of stuff. But I've also had my eye on RuneScape. I think it's called Wildlands. It's like a survival type game, so I'll have some of the newer games coming as well. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, leave a comment, leave some suggestions, like and follow, all of that good stuff. Share, of course, as well. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.